I'm crazy, I'm not. But this video is to let the world know that I'm done with the marriage. I don't have a lot to prove that I'm done with him, but I'm done. I'm done. I'm living with my life, finally. I can't say a lot now, but you hear my story.
Hello everyone, welcome back again, my wonderful people. Nollywood actress Chacha Ike don't finally come outside. Come make us know the reason why in Bikolo that very time. He come make us know say he roam around the street. My people, things they happen for inside Abule oh. Many times people go just dey accuse the wrong people. You know say the waiting they do you for there just dead there. Chacha Ike wey get this lovely family, where he get beautiful family, 4 lovely children and a dear husband, Ifaniyi. Chacha Ike married 9 years ago. Una remember when Chacha Ike come outside, when she come talk say she is done with her marriage, she no want again, say she don't tire to dey marry Ifaniyi, Austin Ifaniyi. Say he don't tire, say he no want this relationship again. Say the husband say she no want again, so she want quit. My wonderful people, abeg make una no mind my voice, so a little bit crack. Na enjoyment of a weekend na cause everything. Okay, my wonderful people, let's go into the detail. Chacha Ike wey be Nollywood actress, a mother, a lovely wife, and 4 children. For that matter, she has 4 lovely children. She came out when she has 2 children. When she has 2 children, she say she not do again, say the marriage is over. From there, she still come outside, come still make us know, say, now, say she dey sick, she get one sick, they call bipolar disorder. Okay? Later again, she came out again to talk, say, she don't tire, she can't continue again, say she no fit go Kmeme. Now the whole Nigeria come talk, say, I beg my sister, if you know, say, the place not too good for you, move away. Your health, your life, your children matters a lot. Marriage is not do or die affair. Now, so my people, as we dey talk now, this lady don't still come outside again. Come let us know, say, she get bipolar disorder. Because when this Ifani, your wife, come outside, this Chacha Ike, she talk and say she get bipolar disorder. Say now they make her they run eta skater. You understand? Anytime where the son to take come, he say waiting with me and want me una understand. Be say she say anytime where she take get belle, but the one where she can't talk for here now, she say for the past 2 years, say she's 35 years now. Say for the past 2 years now she get this bipolar disorder. But me, I no can understand her own matter for inside, because she first give us some clip that time, say now when she anytime when she take get belle, she dey always dey get this kind sickness. She dey always dey get this kind sickness. But now she dey talk, say now 2 years ago now this sickness now she develop am when she get this baby boy belle. You understand? Now I say me I let una know, say she don't come outside now. She don't even get her old team where she dey work with now to make a lot of people know. Say this sickness now very bad sickness. Say it dey many people body, but they know they go just dey criticize and say now wish na mother-in-law, na father-in-law, na person wey you gather, wey you quarrel with, or na people wey una gather dey movie industry. Your people wey una gather dey movie industry. Now all of them now they cause all this kind of balaba. So she dey try to make us know, say anytime wey person take get this kind symptoms like this, make you run go meet doctor. You understand? Because she say she don't go psychiatric doctor don't test her, do everything. Say her husband no use am for any ogun owo. You understand? He say his husband never even touch am one day. If you get this kind of thing, no pull eye for anybody, go hospital.
Ladies and gentlemen, humbly I stand before you to discuss a topic that our society discusses in whispers. Mental illness. Many thanks to Sir Cosfini who has endorsed this conversation by giving my team and I some precious talk minutes on this prestigious altar. With me somewhere in the congregation are my people wearing this. Please come. My name is Charity. I am popularly known as Chacha. I am a wife, a mother, Nollywood actress, and founder, Meticulous People Foundation. Thank you. I turned 35 4 months ago. But for 33 years, out of that 35, I had a sickness that I was unaware of. My parents were unaware. I was unaware. I interpreted most of it as who I am. My personality is who I am. But it goes beyond just who I am. In 2018, at the Ritz Hotel Enugu, New Haven, I was lodged in a suite with my husband and my 2 children at that time. And then one day, it happened. I went mad. Later on, I discovered it's called a maniac episode, but just like in the movies, I went bonkers, crazy. I began to throw away every of our belongings, clothes, shoes, bags, the children's toys. I vandalized the hotel properties. The suite in the parlor area had 3 large cushions. I ripped it all apart using a tiny knife. It was nothing but madness. That madness was contained in just that room by my husband, who was wearing only the clothes that he had on when I was throwing away everything. Same goes for my children. That incident was so intense that what I needed was a trip to the hospital. But I didn't go to the hospital because my husband and I, who is seated here with me, supported me. Can you please rise? We attributed it to demonic attack, voodoo, marine spirits, somebody not somewhere. Now, we kept saying. Oh, it's Nollywood. You know, you can get really envious in that industry. Oh, it's my father and my mother. They never supported this marriage. Oh, I think it's your family. I think it's you, my husband. I think it's you. Because since I married you, my life just started going haywire. It was always one suspicion after another, one false accusation after another. I survived the Ritz, but I had yet another maniac episode in 2020 here in Delta State, Asaba. I was on the laptop writing script after script. Writing is my hobby. My husband was on his way to Lagos to sign a contract with our company, between our company and yet another production company. And before I could realize what was going on with me, I went mad again. And I began to destroy things around the house. I broke televisions, chandelier lights. I burnt all my clothes and my children's clothes. Just like I did in Enugu, I reduced everything that we owned to trash. And no, it didn't take one day. It was 3 to 4 days intense madness. On the 4th day, I didn't eat at all. I was only drinking water. I felt I had superpowers. I felt I was receiving a message from the divine. Or I felt like somebody was manipulating me because there was 2 entities all of a sudden. There was me watching me that couldn't stop that me in action. They had to bound me hands and legs to the hospital. And then I was still, just like in the movies, crazy. It was now at the hospital, First Delta American Hospital here in Asaba, that Dr. Isioma Okoba, alongside a psychiatrist, Dr. Nebe, diagnosed me of bipolar disorder. I had heard that name in the movie, but because I'm an actor, that name seemed fictitious. It felt like a name that they had to come up with to buttress a character or a characterization. I didn't take that news pleasantly because it was not a pleasant news. Because what do you mean? Do you know who I am?
Cha-cha.
I am way too beautiful. Way too talented. Way too brilliant to have what they call in my area a little bit of score. And that news came accompanied by yet another news that I found very impressive. All of a sudden, they said I was pregnant. We weren't expecting a baby, but I love babies. So I was like, yeah. I can't get away. I don't know what you're saying, bipolar, what? And so when they gave me drugs to take, when I went home, I was flushing the drugs down the toilet. I had a friend, I still have a friend in the US, who bought me pills worth thousands of dollars. It was a 6-month supply for the disorder. But my head didn't agree with that news. So I called her and said, I won't take them. The Lord told me in my sleep that those drugs are not for me, I'm fine. And then I now attached the news of the pregnancy to my denial, saying that if I keep taking these drugs, the tendencies of the baby in my stomach coming out as imbecile is there, so no, I'm not going to take it. And so I went through that pregnancy without my pills, but I never stopped going mad. Only this time was small madness. But then, when I had my baby and resumed work, the stress of the work began to jam my brain again. I had yet another episode. Just like in 2020, I had another episode in 2021. I had that episode in 2020. Every year there's always episodes. Hypomanic and manic. This particular episode, I burnt all our wedding photos, all our vital business documents, destroyed all our clothes. We had no clothes again. It's what I do. I did that every time. Not anymore, but it was a habit. Many times people would not see me on social media. They imagine I'm living an introverted life. While that is true, I've been living in the world in my head. I didn't even have clothes to make appearances anymore because I wrecked everything that I had. Until I had a last manic. The last manic that I eventually wandered off. On the streets, many are raving mad, naked. But there are people who are not naked yet, but they are mad. This particular manic, between April, May, June, July, of course, I burnt clothes, destroyed things, but I wandered off. 4 a.m. in the morning, my family were asleep, and I wore my clothes. I sneaked out of the house. Immediately across the gate, I take off. I was running. Nobody was pushing me, but I felt like somebody's trying to kill me. Hallucinations, delusions. It was all in my head. I ran to Lagos. It wasn't enough. I ran to Ghana. Not Bali. Not Kweli.
It
is what it is, Pastor.
Yes.
It took the grace of God. God loves me to remind me of home. Because I love my husband and my 4 children at home, including a 1-year-old. But then I suddenly remembered home and I felt like, okay, the reason I ran is because this man here, I was convinced in my head that he wanted to use me to do rituals. The nature of my work doesn't support the sickness that I have. I make pretense for a living. Mm-hmm. People pay me to be pretending to be who I am not. And I've done it for over a decade plus. So I'm a guru at it. But all that pretense began to backfire on me because I began to lose myself in the midst of it all. Characters that I do not recognize were now jumping out of me. I'd come on social media and write nonsense. Non-existent things. And because I'm popular, people take me seriously. They'll take those words that I said seriously. They didn't even know I'm talking nonsense. They didn't know. They didn't know. No, and that was the worst thing you could do to me then. If you say, I could fight you. Because what do you mean? What ogu? Insult yourself there. On and on it went. I came back and they bonded me yet again to the hospital. This time, Dr. Val's hospital. What's the name again? Ken Crest Hospital. That's the 4th hospital now. One hospital after the other. And it's not like our bills were ever cheap. It's designer sickness, yo. Our bills used to be 700,000, 800,000. And it's not just the pills.
5 days ago, I made a video saying that my marriage to Austin Fanny is over, and that video came with a lot of backlash from people, with many insinuating that it's a clear case of domestic violence. It's not. Austin has never laid his hands on me. He has never even raised his voice at me, and God in heaven knows that's the truth. I am here at First Delta American Hospital as about receiving treatment. Several psychiatrists have come to assess me mentally, and I have been diagnosed of bipolar disorder. Bipolar is real. Here in Africa, we tend to not know about it due to ignorance or overlook it. I cannot tell you all how I've been feeling with these tiny videos that I've been making, but I will, however, show you in motion pictures soon.